Hello everybody. My name is Aravind Srinivasan. I graduated from IIT Madras with a B.Tech in computer science in 1989. I was in the Alakananda hostel throughout. I didn't particularly have a nickname, so that's about my introduction with respect to IIT. My brother also was an IIT B.Tech. He is 9 years older than me. He graduated in 1981 with a B.Tech in electrical engineering. He had always been my major inspiration to, especially in math, but also math, science, and his other passion, which is languages. So he had, I knew I was always interested in math, and but I didn't particularly think about any career, etc. But in around 10th standard, he told me that if I wanted to do advanced mathematics in an applied setting, engineering is the best way to do it, and the IITs were a natural choice. So those days, of course, in 1983, when I finished my 10th standard, there wasn't that much pressure on students to get into the IITs, etc. So I really enjoyed my time from the 10th standard summer to 12th standard summer, just learning a lot of new material in order to prepare for the JEE and so on. In fact, I think of those as among the best years of my life. I didn't feel any pressure to, honestly, to get into the IITs or any such. And somehow, perhaps being a naive student then, without worrying too much about the future, I was totally immersed in learning, so much of the new stuff that one had to, learn, and it was a thoroughly enjoyable experience. So that was my journey to IIT. It has been enormously impactful. So perhaps the most favorite place outside, the academic buildings was just the hostel life, just the incredible range of people you get to see from all over India. I don't think we had any foreigners then in our hostel. Yeah, perhaps one or two people of Indian origin who are from Mauritius and so on. But in general, but otherwise from all over India, from many different walks of life, with various interests and passions and talent in many different directions. It was a really awe-inspiring experience. I would I would say very much that outside the academic buildings and the library and so on, my very best haunt was just being in the hostel. Excellent facilities. The common room, everything was really places to play, just greenery around, playing table tennis or volleyball or a game of cards, or just chatting with friends or listening to music in somebody's room. It was an extremely enriching environment. So I think it was that was the first time, of course, for most of us being outside our home. So it became our second home. It was also a maturing process socially and intellectually. And I don't think I appreciated it fully then. I was very grateful for the opportunity to be there, of course. But I think when I look back, now that it's 32 years since I graduated, I can really, really see what an enriching experience it was. And I have to add that in those days, we were also very lucky that, the tuition was really very low. The yearly tuition was something like 200 rupees, while the monthly mess bill was actually, the food bill was actually, larger than that. So for such, low, tuition fee that therefore put no pressure on our families, that we could get such a high quality education on the one hand, and have a stimulating, time with our fellow students is a very treasured memory for me. I feel very grateful to IIT Madras, to the IIT system, and to India for enabling such an experience. Yes, so once I finished at IIT in 1989, I immediately came for a PhD at Cornell University in the US. I completed a PhD in algorithms from there. In 1993, my focus was on an area called randomized algorithms, where you allow your algorithm to make random choices while it runs. Since the 1960s, and even more so since the 70s, this field of allowing algorithms to make random choices while they run has become one of the very foundational contributions of computer science, both to the intellectual realm as well as in many practical domains. And after that, I've been in various places. I did a postdoc at the Princeton Institute for Advanced Study and at the DIMAC Center at Rutgers. And then I was a visiting scientist in Israel and Europe at several institutions. I was a faculty member at the National University of Singapore for 3.5 years. Then I moved to Bell Labs in New Jersey at the end of 1998. I had a very stimulating time there as well, doing both industrial research and foundational research and contributing to products, an experience that I enjoyed very much. It taught me a lot because until then, I had purely been in educational institutions, but after that, it was also industrial research and translation into products. And then in 2001, I joined the University of Maryland, College Park, and I've been here for the last 20 years. My work is broadly computer science being so broad these days and having so many applications. I've been fortunate in in working in many different sub areas as well as areas slightly outside of computer science. This spans theoretical computer science, computer networks, computational epidemiology, a problem that is clearly of global interest these days, an area that is of global interest, social networks, data science, and fairness, as well as broadly data science and the internet economy. These all have been some of the foci of my research. And over the last 2 years, I have also been an Amazon scholar at Amazon AWS, which is a program to invite selected faculty to come and work with Amazon on a flexible basis. In addition, I've also been a consultant and to companies in various sectors like biotech, computer networking, and so on, as well as to large tech companies like Google and Microsoft. This has broadly been my journey. I absolutely think that being at IIT Madras, played a major foundational role in what was to be my later career. Particularly, I got into research at the end of my third year at IIT. My undergraduate advisor, Professor Pandurangan, gave us some cutting-edge research, and that gave me, as well as many of my classmates, confidence that we can also do independent research. In addition to the courses, etc., at IIT, this kind of research experience was very, very precious. So these days, one finds many undergraduates getting such research experience worldwide. But those days in the 1980s, it was a very rare and precious experience that I treasure very much. And once again, something that I'm very grateful to IIT Madras for. So finally, I'm very happy to connect with IITM alums and current students. Specific areas in which I can engage with them are how any technical areas in computer science or data science. How these things are impacting industry. I've had the fortune of, like I said, interacting with industry as well. So I'm happy to share my own understanding of it. I'm also if anybody is interested, based on mutual time, etc., I'm happy to talk about admission to US universities kind of thing, or the research enterprise, both in India and the US, both of which I'm very close to. I remain very close to IIT Madras. Especially when my parents are alive, I would come at least once a year, and I've taught I've had the pleasure and privilege of teaching many short classes there. I understand the IIT Madras ecosystem, and especially the computer science department, which I remain very close to. So I also understand the sort of broad research enterprise in India, broadly speaking, as well as, of course, in the US and worldwide. So if somebody is interested in discussing research prospects, particularly in computer science, data science, etc., I'm happy to engage with them.